The first thing a woman does after being reborn is to smash her husband's legs with a hammer, then reattach the bones to help him grow taller. It turns out the woman was originally an orthopedic expert. In her previous life her husband wanted to take part in a bodybuilding competition, and begged her to perform limb lengthening surgery on him, but the woman was worried about sequelae for her husband, and refused firmly. On the day of the competition, even though her husband was good looking, he was eliminated badly because of his height. After the competition, her husband accidentally found out that this competition was actually held to choose a husband for the young lady of the Liu family. The winner would not only get a 10 million yuan prize, but also win Miss Liu's favor. Her husband resented the woman for ruining his chance to marry into the wealthy Liu family. To vent his dissatisfaction, on his way home, he drove a car and they both lost their lives. When the woman opened her eyes again, she unexpectedly reincarnated on the day her husband begged her for the surgery. Looking at her husband who was threatening to die if she refused, this time the woman agreed to the surgery directly. Her husband was very excited when he heard it, and swore that after he won the championship and married into the Liu family, he would kick the woman aside. But what her husband didn't know was that the person who really wanted to choose a husband was not Miss Liu, but Miss Liu's 70-year-old mother. In her previous life the woman accidentally discovered this secret, so she refused to perform the surgery on her husband on the grounds of sequelae. But in the end she was hurt by her husband. This time, the woman wanted to watch her husband step into hell with her own eyes. Her husband was eager afterward to tell his parents the good news. Looking at how his parents ordered people around, the woman was certain that they already knew about her husband's plan to marry into the Liu family. Since that was the case, the woman simply decided to give them a hand, and arranged the surgery for her husband the same day. However, to collect some interest in advance, the woman insisted on not giving her husband anesthesia during the surgery, on the grounds that anesthesia would affect recovery. To recover as soon as possible, her husband had to grit his teeth and agree. The woman then took the biggest hammer in the hospital, and smashed it hard on her husband's legs. With a scream, her husband fainted from the pain. When he opened his eyes again, he had been sent back to the ward. Looking at his obviously longer legs, her husband was very happy, and hurriedly asked his parents to bring a measuring tool to check his height. Unexpectedly he grew to 185 centimeters. Her husband didn't expect the woman's medical skills to be so superb. It only took half a day to make him grow a full 10 centimeters taller. But before he could be happy for long, a sharp pain suddenly came from his legs. Seeing this, the woman quickly explained that this kind of surgery is very damaging to the body, and her husband would need at least a month to recover. When her husband heard this, he angrily accused the woman of doing it on purpose, because he was going to take part in the competition soon. How could he wait a month? Helpless, the woman had to suggest that her husband install a special fixator. However, this fixator has severe side effects on the body. Once installed, the patient has to endure piercing pain with every step. While her husband was hesitating after hearing this, the organizing committee suddenly called, urging him to come to the competition quickly, to participate in the competition as soon as possible. Her husband ignored the woman's advice, and had the fixator installed soon. After all, he was about to become a son-in-law